Hello teachers, my name is Lauren and I work for both the VIPKid and VIPKid. Today I wanted to introduce you to some of my favorite rewards that I use with my students. I tend to be a bit of a prop-heavy teacher because I think it is beneficial for students to learn if they have something real and tangible to see to help them understand what we are telling them. Okay, so first, some of my main go-tos with my lower level kids are my no and yes to help them with yes/no questions. I will slowly slide it up into the screen if they're not understanding if it is a yes/no question, and that will cue them. I have my star that I will hold up sometimes when I give them stars as rewards. And I have my emoji faces. These are highly in use for the VIPKid level 1s. So I have scared, sad, happy, fine, and angry. I like to use these at the beginning of the lesson. How are you today? I'm happy. Are you angry? No, I'm not angry. So it will help them with the I'm not as well as I am happy. Everyone should have some alphabet flashcards. So I have the upper and the lower case of each letter. And each card also has an example of an object that begins with that letter. So these are used all the time, especially for level 1 and level 2. I also have some cutouts of the VIPKid characters and the VIPKid characters, which is a lot. I use them for, who do you see? I see Meg. I see Mike. I will also use them to demonstrate boy, girl, he, she, or they. So she is Meg, he is Mike, they, and whatever they are doing. So I use these a lot, as well as the VIPKid characters too. Okay, next I have my animals. So my daughter has over 100 Beanie Boos that she is too old for and doesn't use, so I've inherited them all. Animals are very prevalent in most of the lessons in both VIPKid and VIPKid. So these I use all the time. I could also use them for colors. What letter do they begin with? So there's a lot of uses for all my animals, and the kids love them because they are cute. Okay, I have my number cutouts. Instead of using a popsicle stick, I will glue this onto cardboard. So I do have 1 through 10. So with number 9, if they can't remember the number, I have the number of dots of that number next to it, and they will count the dots till they get to number 9. So these, again, I use a lot with my littles. Okay, so the standard whiteboard, I think, is pretty self-explanatory. Everyone should have a whiteboard that they can write on and wipe off to demonstrate many, many things. I have my color chart, which this is used all the time. Obviously, we can say, what color is this? And what color is it? If they're looking at a color on the slide, and I say, what color? I will hold this up for them to know that this is what I'm asking. I can use it as a reward as well, covering up the colors and asking what they are. But this one is heavily in use. I have my it and they board. So we start with just plain it and they. I move to it is, they are, and then the full sentence. It is a hat. They are hats. This is very useful level 1 and 2. So you can see I have a lot of level 1 and 2 props. Okay, here are my magnetic letters to be used on the whiteboard to help with phonics and reading. I have the basic microphone, which everybody can use at all levels to ask that student to speak. I have a very simple smiley face emoji. I have a couple students who could care less about rewards. So they get their star, I'll hold this up, and then boom, we're done with that. Okay, a couple of icebreaker questions. I have my map that I will ask, where do you live? and I will point to here. Then I will ask the city they live in. I also will say teacher is from America, and I will show them that I live in Massachusetts. And you can use this for a lot of other questions as well. Another icebreaker board is my sports. What do you like to play? What is your favorite sport? So usually I can get a lot of student output from this. For my littles, in level 1, I think it's unit 5, I have my really silly face. I took all different eyes, nose, mouth, and ears and put them all on one face, and they get a kick out of it because it's very, very funny looking. I have my pronoun cards. So here we have their, our, I, and his, and I have a whole bag full of all of my pronouns. Very useful, especially in level 2 and level 3. I have my food bag, and if you can see, I have a lot of cardboard cutouts of food. If I don't have that food in my house, I also have a bag of, excuse my looking down, a lot of occupations. So these are great questions for your 3s, 4s, 5. What do you want to be when you grow up? Why do you want to be a doctor or a scientist? So those are very good to use with those type of questions. Lastly, I have some more specific ones. Here is my clock. I took a paper plate, flipped it over, drew the numbers on it and the arrows, and then we can use this for time. And if they don't understand the question when, I point to the clock. When do you wake up? I have my family board, which shows mom, dad, sister, brother, and then grandma and grandpa. And my useful calendar, level 3 and up. This is always in use. It shows the days of the week. You can talk about before, after, and follows. And lastly, I have my seasons. I also have a weather chart somewhere that I can't find. Aha! Okay, here is my weather chart. Okay, how's the weather? It's sunny, it's windy, it's rainy. And then my seasons. Is it sunny in winter? Does it snow in winter? Which one is rainy? So these I use a lot for my 2s and 3s. So those are some of my most heavily used props. I have a lot of others that are more specific to each unit, but these are the ones that make the most appearances in my classroom.